So in the playoffs, if you win a game, isn't there a saying that a win is a win? Yet everyone is talking about the Celtics missing 45 threes in this game. The Knicks are not getting the credit that they deserve. They went on the road in game one against the Celtics, a team that, by the way, hasn't even gone to a 6 game playoff series in the last 2 years. Of course, they beat the Magic in five, and then last year's playoffs, they just steamrolled everyone they played. I mean, just absolutely insane. Literally, everyone was done in 4 or 5. And then the Knicks, they go on the road, they steal game one, they come back down 20. The Knicks, it's not like they played their best ball. They gave up a ton of offensive rebounds. Cat and Brunson got in early foul trouble. Cat and Brunson never got in any rhythm, right? Like Cat altogether never got anything going, at least offensively. And then Brunson didn't get it going until the fourth quarter, which he had one of his best fourth quarters really of his career. I mean, of course, nothing's going to top that shot against the Pistons. I mean, hopefully it does. It's going to be really hard to top that. But in this quarter, I mean, he just put the team on his back and went 1-on-1. Brunson has absolutely just terrorized Celtic big men, Al Horford, Luke Cornett. Like, it doesn't matter. None of those guys are guarding Jalen Brunson. So that's the thing, is that everyone talks about, oh, well, the Celtics want to make Cat and Brunson defend. Well, the Knicks are going to make the Celtics defend, right? They're not going to want Drew Holiday and, of course, Derek White on Brunson all the time. They're going to want to get a switch onto that, and Brunson's going to make them pay. But Mikal Bridges, although I thought he had a fantastic game, Bridges, I would give him an A. I don't really care that he shot 3 of 13 just because he won the Knicks the game in overtime, hit that clutch 3 in the corner. He had multiple key defensive stops. He also had that tip in, of course, in game 6 against the Pistons, but he did miss 10 shots. Mikal is shooting 3 of 13. I don't think that's going to happen again this series. I know he struggled against the Celtics in the regular season, but that's an improvement that the Knicks are going to get. Like, Mikal is not going to score 8 points the rest of the series. There's just no way. Cat as well was 6 of 13 for 14 points. They've got to get a way to get him going. I thought Cat was aggressive, but I thought he looked for a foul a little bit too much. He just needs to go and score, man. You don't need to get to the free throw line. And he needs to shoot more threes. Inexcusable to be shooting just 1 3. Same thing against the Pistons, as Cat just was not shooting the 3 ball. That's why he was brought in here, is to space the floor and to knock those down. And then Brunson was 9 of 23, which really isn't that great. Because he was so good shooting the 3 and in the fourth quarter, like, nobody cares, but that's an improvement that the Knicks could use. Foul trouble. The Knicks, Brunson and Cat specifically got in early foul trouble, and because of that, they weren't able to play the defense that they wanted, because, again, if you commit your 4th foul, I mean, you're basically screwed. You're going to have to come out the rest of the half. Brunson also had 4 turnovers. Like, the Knicks had 12 turnovers, which isn't bad. Like, 12 turnovers is about what they average, but it's just the turnovers they had were so lackadaisical and so easily fixed. So that's, again, so you're talking about committing silly fouls, right, and silly turnovers and missing shots you normally make. Like, the Knicks are going to get better. There's no question about it. Defensively, Tibbs deserves a lot of credit, and Knicks fans have been giving him that credit. So I really applaud you guys for that, because I'll even speak for just me. Like, I haven't been the highest on Tibbs. That's why I literally made a video before the playoffs started saying, like, I had no faith in the Knicks because I didn't think they'd make adjustments. Well, they have been making adjustments, and they've been matching physicality. Against the Pistons, I thought the Knicks were really just the more physical team. The Pistons, it might have looked like the Pistons were, but that's because they were getting away with fouls. Like, the Knicks were being physical, and they also were keeping the fouls down too, which was great. But against the Celtics, like, that's translated over, and they're matching it, which is something they couldn't do in the regular season. But Tibbs really has been the MVP because he got out of drop coverage. He switched everything, and that's why Cat got in early foul trouble. But once he got used to it, he was phenomenal in that second half and deserves a lot of credit. Precious played in 5 minutes just because of the foul trouble. Really, Precious should play consistent minutes the rest of this series. I don't know why he wouldn't. Now, Mitchell Robinson is going to get fouled intentionally, which means he's going to have to shoot free throws, and he was 3 of 10. If Mitch can go 1 of 2 every single time down, he's playable, but if he can't, he's not, because you can't be affording to go Mitch 0 of 2, 0 of 2, 0 of 2, like, against the Celtics. Like, that's just not going to work. If Mitch is making 1, he's so good defensively that the Knicks will get stops, and they'll just be winning the points at the end of the day. So also that's why the Knicks can't get down big, because if you're down 11 and they go to hack a Mitch, like, you have no chance at that point. But if you're up or it's tied, like, okay, we know we're getting at least 1 point down, and then we know we're good with Mitch and Cat out there defensively. And then, campaign 3 minutes, McBride phenomenal, 11 points, 19. It's not the fact that McBride scored it 11 points. It's the fact of how comfortable he looked. Like, if you guys have been following McBride all season, there's games where every time he shoots, it looks like it's going in. And then there's other times where he shoots it and you just know it's not going in. It's kind of similar to OG. Is both of these guys, every time they released it, like, I just felt like it was going in no matter who was guarding them, the contest, how much was on the shot clock. Like, if they had to throw up a grenade, like, I just kind of, even that step back douche took in the left corner that missed, I thought that was going in. Like, he just was feeling it. So this was just, it's one of those games where the Knicks are not getting enough credit for winning. Like, it's laughable how good the Celtics are and how everyone picked them to win. And the Knicks stole game one. Like, the Knicks should be getting more credit. But it's even more laughable that people are saying, well, the Knicks aren't going to keep this up. Like, the Knicks have a lot of room to grow. And that's why we've been talking about it. Absolutely, Porzingis left with an illness, only played in 13 minutes, but he was 0-4 before that, right? So it wasn't like Porzingis was killing us, but he did struggle against the Magic. I don't really get that, right? Like, Porzingis has not been playing well, so I mean, it is what it is. Be interesting to see what Josh Hart does the rest of the series, because he had a great game, 14-11 to go with 2 steals, 3 assists, pushed the pace, was a +5. Like, whenever you're a plus against the Celtics, especially in 45 minutes, you are doing something right. And Hart is being left open, but he's taking the threes. And obviously, he needs to make more than just one of his 5 threes, because they're wide open literally at the end of the game. If Hart had just made that, it would have iced it. But Hart, I mean, he just does so much to the point where you kind of live with him not being a good shooter. And, if Hart could give us even just 2 of 5, bro, like, that's what, 40%. Is asking for a lot. But, I mean, Josh Hart, I know, can make 2 of 5 wide open threes. And he also got to the free throw line, left 3 on the table. Hart normally makes his free throws, but he's so physical and strong to where he matches up well with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Derek White. I wanted to see more Mitch over Hart in this series. And technically, Mitch was a +13 versus Hart +5. But to be honest, again, it's not even just the hack of Mitch, but it's also just Josh Hart just does basically everything. He's like a Swiss Army knife, whereas Mitch is like sort of like a niche big. And I do think he would match up well with maybe like Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. But, the Celtics, with what we've seen, I mean, defensively, it seems like Mitch is just going to be like in a key defensive moment. Or maybe if the Knicks get off to like a 6-point lead, okay, let's bring in Mitch and just kind of hold that to it. So Mitch is kind of niche to me in the series. Like, he was phenomenal, but just from what I saw in game one, and even a regular season, like, I kind of know what I'm getting out of Mitch as a Knicks fan in this series, and that's just going to be a lot of rebounds, a lot of good contest, and basically no offense is going to be the thing. But the thing about Mitch as well is that once he catches an offensive rebound, I mean, it's basically, okay, he's dunking it or he's getting 2 free throws. So, like, Mitch is very valuable, but I don't think he's valuable when the Knicks necessarily need, like, a big offensive sort of run. And that's exactly why, like, you look at last night, it's like, okay, well, Mitch did do what he had to do, but, we only saw him down the stretch when the Knicks needed to stop. And that's fine. Like, that's huge. I mean, the Knicks, if they can continue to shoot the 3 ball this well, they're going to be tough to beat. Because the reason why the Celtics destroyed us in the regular season is just because they made so many more threes. But the Knicks actually outshot the Celtics. And we know that defensively, OG and McHale and Hart and Mitch are going to give the Celtics a lot of trouble. Same thing with Deuce McBride. Brunson and Cat, I think it's going to come down to their defense. They switched everything. I thought they both did a pretty good job. You got to remember, they were bottom 5 defenders. But also a large reason for that was McHale and OG were severely helping, which just goes to show how valuable those guys are.